Welcome to In the Mix, sponsored by Mix Theory Studios. Art is an integral part of society. While every artist has a different story and means of expression, they all have one thing in common: the need to create and share a vision.
Alfredo Machado. I was born in Caracas, Venezuela, many years ago. I've lived in Puerto Rico for 40-odd years. I lived in New York City also for a while when I was a child. And I remember my parents gave me this little brownie camera. I don't know if you remember those with looked like a little box. And I just loved taking photographs. And basically, I've been a photographer all my life, amateur, of course. I always wanted to paint, but I can't draw very well. And I took some drawing lessons and so forth, but I never really challenged myself to paint, even though I did mess around with it. Relatively recently, I decided to take it more seriously, and I didn't like the results at all. So I kept on trying and trying over the past 4 or 5 years, and I think my work improved a bit. So that's where I'm at right now. I was very active in photography. I've always been very active in photography. And they say that all photographers are frustrated painters, and I agree with that. Everything inspires me. Colors, spatial relationships, message. And I believe that a lot of it comes from our subconscious. I can sit in front of a canvas and start painting, and I'm not necessarily totally conscious of what I'm doing. It's like sort of the man in the machine. You know? The work of Milton Avery has inspired me. I just love his work. Marsden Hartley. All the French Impressionists, I just love the colors. And basically that's it. Colors, movement. I'm basically a tropical person. And all the sights and colors and inspiration, much of my inspiration comes from the Caribbean. I think composition or the ability to compose is something that we're born with. And it helped me a lot in my photography. And I think it does help in painting also. I think if somebody's going to sit around thinking about it or talking about it, you're not going to do anything. So just go ahead and do it. If it's painting, paint. I mean, it's a wonderful hobby. It's relaxing. I think practice makes perfect. I'm very much, even though I did take some lessons, I'm very much self-taught. And I like looking a lot. The internet, of course, is invaluable. Basically, do it over and over and over and over. Plus, it's a relatively inexpensive hobby. And some paper and some paints or crayons or whatever, just sit and do it. I like the atmosphere of Jacksonville, how it has like different pockets. I love the Riverside area, 5 Points. I love the trees here. It's just amazing, and nature and the water. I think it's like they say, the grass is greener on the other side, but it isn't. And I've learned to basically like anywhere I am. It's a question of, it's a mental state. You have to sort of imbue yourself in whatever you find that's good and beautiful. I'm on Saatchi Online, Saatchi Art, another site called Art Majeur. I have my own website, Alfredo Machado, Zingg, Z-I-N-G-G. In Latin America, we use the mother's last name also. And here.
If you want to be an artist, don't let anything stop you. Find more creatives and heavy hitters in the Jacksonville area on mtsjax.fm and our series on YouTube, In the Mix.